In my list of things that the Grateful Dead need to officially release and haven't yet, number one is the Oregon State, the Jerry solo, just acoustic Jerry Garcia John Kahn playing in Oregon State prison. Not only does this have the novelty of them playing in a prison, so it's like my version of the Johnny Cash live at Folsom, but the playing on this entire show is exceptional. The set list is great. There's not any filler. And the Ruben and Charisse is the greatest version they've ever played of one of Jerry Garcia's best songs. The performing on all of this, there's like a magical symbiosis between Jerry Garcia and John Kahn playing acoustic. That just, there's such a purity of communication and expression. It's just kind of this unadorned, beautiful blues folk. Reminds me of like the roots music that Jerry was inspired by, you know? I'll post Mother Mcree's Uptown Jug Champions. Jerry used to play banjo. He plays banjo a little bit on Shady Road, I think, which is another Perfect 10 record. So are Pizza Tapes. I love the Jerry acoustic stuff. The stuff with Grisman, as well as the... My absolute favorite, though, is this show, which is the best acoustic performance of Jerry Garcia playing solo, traditional, and Grateful Dead music. So I'll link this show below, because for some reason they haven't put it out, even though it's like one disc of perfect Jerry, even though they do the Pure Jerry series and stuff. Whatever. Number 2 on the list is the next Dave's pick. So I might be able to tell you what the other Dave's picks are going to be, apparently. Actually, if you watch the timestamp, I said that the February 74 run was better, and now they're releasing 74 February. So hopefully they'll release this, so I can have an upgraded copy of it, because I've listened to a mediocre quality copy of it countless times. Deadheads often make the analogy that the Grateful Dead is like a party and Jerry Garcia Band is like church. This acoustic performance at a prison is the most churchy Dead to me. It's like, oh my god, this performance of Ruben and Charisse makes me want to cry. It's so beautiful. The entire performance is great. All the copies I get cut in the middle of Deep Ellum. Maybe this is why they haven't released it, because they don't have a clean, full recording of the thing. And it's probably hard to sneak a bunch of tapes into a maximum security prison or whatever. I don't know if it's maximum in Salem. Show people doing time in Salem. But anyway, the set list starts with Deep Ellum, just rock and blues from the get. Then you get Friend of the Devil. Slow Friend of the Devil. But the slow Friend of the Devil to me sounds better acoustic when it's just Jerry and John Kahn. See, Phil Lesh is my second favorite member of the Grateful Dead other than Jerry Garcia in terms of pushing the music forward. But I can't imagine a solo set with Phil and Jerry. It would just be nonsense. Like, John Kahn actually plays bass lines and compliments Jerry, listens to Jerry, plays underneath Jerry, and lays like a solid foundation for Jerry so he can just articulate these beautiful blues notes, these beautiful folk notes, these beautiful ancient roots music, bluegrass, just the pure, it's so good. Deep Ellum, come on. Can't argue with Deep Ellum opener. It's a great opener, anytime. Friend of the Devil, it's an amazing version. Just a really delicate, beautiful version of it. Singing it like a real, just classic ballad. It fits right in with these traditionals. That's what, hearing these songs in an acoustic presentation with a restrained bass player makes the Grateful Dead music that they perform sound like traditional music, like gospel music, like roots music, like the bluegrass that they started out with, like the folk that they started out with. It's like you feel like you're hearing him return to a time in his head when things were simpler, you know? And the cover selection is excellent. He does the cover of, I guess, Deep Elm's a traditional, and then Jack Rose is a cover. It's traditional. Oh Babe, It Ain't No Lie is also, I think, a cover. It's a great song, though. I love his performance in this version. It's just sweet, melancholy. The guitar playing on this is excellent. I love his soloing. I love John Kahn's bass playing. Takes a lot to laugh, takes a train to cry. This is one of my favorite versions of this song. This might be my favorite version of... there's some other Jerry solo versions that I think I prefer to this, but it's an exceptional version of an exceptional song. This is one of the great Bob Dylan blues songs. And Jerry sounds better on it than Dylan. Run for the Roses. I love this song. I love the studio version of this song. I love the live electric versions of this song. I actually think it sounds best in this version, this acoustic version from Oregon State Prison. Just acoustic. You just hear how beautiful the melody is, and you hear the kind of vulnerability in Jerry's voice without any effects, without any tricks. It's just like, the song is so beautiful. I love just hearing the different chords. The same with Ruben and Charisse. It's like hearing it stripped down, you hear how gorgeous the essence of the thing is that's underneath it. Yeah. Sooner it opens, the sooner it closes. Ripple is next. If my words did glow with the gold sunshine, my tune were... Like, do I have to... I can't explain that Ripple is one of the greatest songs ever. Hopefully you know that if you somehow stumble upon this channel, that Ripple is a very important song. I've Been All Around This World. I think it's technically a cover. They rearranged it from the version that I've heard, but it's great. The authority that Jerry sings in 1982 with I've Been All Around This World, it's like, this motherfucker is singing to a bunch of prisoners, and he's like, I've been all around this world. And he sounds like it. Like, in his voice. It's like, you hear the vulnerability, but you also hear the gravel and the city ears. You know? You hear that. Yeah, but it's just blissful. It's just blissful. The playing on this is absolutely sublime throughout, uniformly. After that is Valerie, which is just like a nice blues rock out. Not one of my favorite songs, but great opportunity to just hear some great Jerry shredding, just acoustic blues picking. And then Dire Wolf. Come on. Sat down to my supper, 'twas a bottle of red whiskey. Said my prayers and went to bed. That's the last they saw of me. Don't murder me. Dire Wolf is an amazing song. It sounds better acoustic. It sounds better with John Kahn acoustic than it does dead acoustic, in my opinion. This album is what I think Reckoning is to people. To me. I think it's better than Reckoning. I think it's one of my most listened to albums ever. It's one of my favorite albums. It's not an album, though. They didn't even release it. It's just a bootleg. It'll be released. They released fucking Cornell, dude. They're releasing everything, dude. Not a lot of people are paying money for plastic anymore. After Dire Wolf is the encore, where Jerry says, I don't know if I'm going to remember any of the words to this, and then plays not only the most beautiful version of Ruben and Charisse ever, but he does remember all the words. And they're such good words. I love this song. I love this performance. There's not anything I would change about this performance. I just like to listen to it start to finish. Anyway, I'll link in the description, as I always do now, what I'm talking about. So, click the name, click the description, and I'm just filibustering so we get 10 minutes, because I thought it'd be cute if this was 10 minutes. I'm sorry. Hare Krishna.